color for the deaf and music for the blind. It's page 31. I'm Coco. And I'm Breezy.
Better in all of them bitches I'm better than. Mansions in Malibu, Babylon, but I never mention everything I dabble in, and I always buy slow when I'm straddling.
So we're sitting here with Coco and Breezy, the designers of the Coco and Breezy sunglasses line. Can you guys recall the first pair of sunglasses that you ever made? What did those look like? How did they come about?
The first pair of sunglasses ever made were like years ago. When I first created the sunglasses, I remember this. We were in my mom's living room, and Coco was on the sewing machine. And I've always had an interest for sunglasses. Like, we've always been known for wearing sunglasses just because, like, we never really liked to make eye contact with people. And so I had a pair of sunglasses, and I just started designing the sunglasses. And I told Coco, like, Coco, check it out, while she was sewing in the sewing machine, and she loved it. And so what happened was we were actually designing a collection of clothing, and we needed accessories to go with it. And we're like, alright, cool. We're doing this little fashion show in Minnesota showing clothes, and we need accessories, and that's how the sunglasses came about. The first pair was, now that evolved so much, I would say it was beautiful. It was a work of art. You can tell it was our first pair, but they're very beautiful. It's memories. It's memories. I mean, from those first pairs to what we have now, you definitely see a transition. But like, when we first created it at that time, it was definitely something that was new to the market. It was super different, very futuristic. It was epic. There's nothing like that. It's very Coco and Breezy, yeah.
So when would you say you guys realized, like, wow, we got a gold mine with these glasses. This is something we can make money off of?
The first time we realized that we could start a business with our sunglasses is when we were 18. We were like, okay, we should go to New York for our 19th birthday. And so Breezy, we took off work at our retail job, and Breezy was like, let's go to New York. So we came to New York. We spent 2 weeks here, and people were asking us, like, where can I get your sunglasses? Can I purchase them somewhere? And we were like, oh, I'm not sure if we have a website. So we heard we made a website. So in the second week, people started buying our product, and people started recognizing us walking around with our shades on, and they started being in demand. So we were like, I think in order for our brand, because like when we lived in Minnesota and we wore them, you know, fashion in Minnesota, it's kind of slow. You know, New York is like 2 years ahead of time. So when we were in Minnesota, we kind of lost hope. But coming to New York, it gave us a lot of hope. So we knew that in order to start our brand, to make it bigger, we had to be in New York, because it's all the resources are in New York. After our 2-week visit out here, we went back to Minnesota. We quit our jobs. We sold our cars. We sold some clothes to get more money for our flights and extra money for rent or something, and we just did it.
All right. Now, when you guys came over to New York, you know, you had the general public already feeling it, and then you started to get endorsed sort of by, you know, celebrities. They started wearing them in public, things like that. One of the first few celebrities was Ashanti. How did that whole situation come about?
The way that we had certain celebrities that wore our product, Ashanti was the first person that wore our product, and it was actually crazy how that happened. That was like our 3rd day of living in New York, and it was someone that we met our prior 2 weeks of being out here. When someone asked for our card, they contacted us. Mind you, it's like our 3rd day in New York. They were like, hey, Coco and Breezy, I have a client that needs eyewear for an award show, and we're like, oh my gosh. They didn't tell us who it was, but you know, we're so like ambitious. We're new to New York, so we just wanted to do anything. And so we went there to drop off the piece, and it ended up being for Ashanti. It was all over press. And the second person that wore our product was Kelly Osbourne, and she wore them. Someone was interviewing her, and she asked to have the glasses off their face, and she ended up wearing them on Good Morning America. Yep. And Dancing with the Stars, and like she made a YouTube video saying like I love Coco and Breezy shades.
Absolutely stunning. Kelly Osbourne and Coco and Breezy.
I'm obsessed with these glasses.
And so it's been awesome. I mean, for the most part, people, they'll either request them or they'll get them from their stylist, or like a friend will buy them for them. But we're very particular when it comes to branding and marketing, and so we don't just do product placement on everybody. We make sure that if we do product placement on anyone, it's going to be somebody that matches our market, our target market, or someone who's going to best represent the Coco and Breezy brand.
Okay, great. What would you say, you guys said you are very inspired by music, just a couple of those musical inspirations.
Yeah, we're very, very inspired by music, and like when we're in our design process, like we'll go from like Beethoven to like R&B to dubstep to, our mind is all over the place. Like for 1 minute we might feel like we're in one mood to listen to some type of music, and then we'll switch it up and listen to a whole something else. And so like what I can say is like our journey here, we listened to Drake, and then when we were designing our second collection, we were into like a lot of Beethoven, we were into a lot of orchestra type of music, and like now we kind of mix it all up. We love The Weeknd, we love Drake still, we love orchestra, we love dubstep. We're like we love old school R&B, but when we're actually in the studio with an artist, our mind and our creativity goes crazy. Like we love that, just being hand in hand with music.
You guys noted that you get a lot of inspiration from Drake. If you guys had to make a pair of glasses for Drake, what would they look like?
If I made a pair of glasses for Drake, well, I feel like Drake's he's not very like out there. He's very simple but has statement pieces. So I feel like the glasses these right here would fit him. The all black ones. The all black rainy days.
What was going back to your inspiration a little bit? What made you guys name the line Rainy Days? What was the inspiration behind that?
The inspiration behind Rainy Days is, for every collection, our brand is based off of Planet C&B. So our first collection was 2020, which meant that we were 20-year-old girls, and then we have C&B Eyewear on. You have 2020 vision to the future of fashion. And then our second collection was wearable art. So we brought you to a new city. We're traveling different cities every collection. So wearable art is when all the pieces, which are accessory pieces, they're very inspired by art, and so that was just wearable. So this next collection, which is Rainy Days, is we brought you to a new city called Rainy Days. And then the sunglasses is like the shield, such as the job of an umbrella. So our sunglasses are shielding us from the taunting peers, because when we were younger we were made fun of. And so we feel as though when we have our shades on, we feel more comfortable with our shades on.
If you guys had to have, one icon or one person wear your glasses, dead or alive, who would you guys, die for to see in your sunglasses, and why?
We would die to have Michael Jackson or Grace Jones wear our pieces. I think those are two of the most iconic, like, fashion icons. I respect everything about them. I respect their fashion. So I think they would totally look amazing with Coco Breezys. What do you think, Coco? I agree.
Before we come to a close, a lot of people can, recognize you guys off the bat. You guys are identical twins. You guys got the stylish sunglasses. If, let's say some guys saw you guys at an event or something like that, how would they approach Coco and Breezy? Do they have to be twins?
They don't approach us. If a guy's seen us, they don't approach us. Wanna know why? It's so crazy. Like, because it's two of us. I think because it's two of us and we wear sunglasses, guys don't approach us.
With the sunglasses, I feel like...
Is it intimidating?
It gives that, like, attitude feel off, like, these girls got an attitude. They got the sunglasses.
People take our attitude, people take our shyness for attitude. Like, we're very shy girls. People don't know that. But these girls are shy. We're, like, super shy.
For no reason.
For no reason.
The next step for the Coco and Breezy line is we're looking to produce more styles of sunglasses, and then, as you guys know, we did start with designing clothes and other accessories. We've been sewing since we were like 10 years old. We got our first sewing machine. So eventually we will get into clothes and shoes. And right now we're also working on like our Stop Bullying campaign, because our brand is based off of us being bullied, so we just want to show a positive influence for those young teens and young adults and even kids that are being bullied.
So pretty much just like continue to brand our name, and once our name, because every brand starts off with a niche and then branch out to other categories. And so we'd love to go like that route, that journey.
You a bad girl and your friends bad too. Oh, you got the swag, saucy drippin' swag goo. You a bad girl and your friends bad too.